Oh, not as it starts. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Fundamentally Sound Podcast. I'm your host, Austin Serrata. As you can tell, with me, I have a very, very, very special guest. My friend, longtime friend for about 5 years now, Southland Conference champion, record-setting player from TAMUCC.
You're ridiculous.
Emma Coleman-O'Bryan. And some of y'all know her as Emma Young, but Emma Coleman-O'Bryan now. That's crazy. I got to get used to it, honestly. But, Emma, so glad to have you. You want to intro yourself?
I mean, he basically said it. My name's Emily. Um, Coleman-O'Bryan now. Graduated in May and was on the women's basketball team.
Yeah, exactly. Emma, like I said, thank you so much for being on. It took a very long time to get you on here. Well, this was actually supposed to happen last Thursday. No rush though. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
What happens?
Yeah, life happens. And while we've been catching up, it's crazy how long it's been. So I graduated in December. Obviously, you were still playing, so it's probably been since May. Yeah, probably since May. Yeah, well, actually, no, because I moved to Dallas in February.
Yeah, it would probably been in February because you came to Corpus like that last time. It was probably-
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all's last game when y'all won the Southland Conference.
Yeah, you basically were like, peace out.
Yeah, no, it was wild. I actually drove down for that game because obviously it was a huge thing, and obviously y'all were gonna win. I think y'all were playing UIW, but
Yeah, I
was
don't know.
it?
I know. I
So,
think it was HBU.
was it HB? It could have been HBU as well. But Emma, just to put into perspective for the viewers, listeners, whatever out there, Emma is let's get this out of the way real quick. She's number 9 in scoring, 1,123 points. Number 8 in field goals made. Number 9 in 3-point field goals made. Number 8 in 3-point field goals attempted. That's actually shocking. I did not know that. Number 4 in free throws made. Not shocking whatsoever. Number 6 in free throw attempts. Number 6 in free throw percentage. 79% is very good, actually. Number 6 in rebounds. Number 4 in assists. Number 7 in steals. And tied for number 8 in double doubles. That is ridiculous. So let's start from the beginning. Let's
Okay.
start from the beginning. Okay? Your freshman year,
Okay.
you get on the island. There's less than 8. There's like 5 freshmen.
We had, when I got here, we came in with 5 freshmen.
Yeah. Okay. 5 freshmen.
Hmm.
Y'all were coming on to an kind of older team. I didn't really pay attention a whole lot my
Yeah,
freshman year, or my sophomore year.
they were kind of older, yeah, but Coach Talbot kind of cleaned house before we came. So there was a couple upperclassmen, yeah, but most of them we had a couple JUCOs, and then we had us.
Okay. Okay. And it was who? How many actually? Everybody stayed, right? For you, D, T. Who
Day
else?
Day
Day Day. How did I
and
forget Day Day? Yeah.
LD ended up redshirting, so LD was with us.
LD
And Sydney
and Sydney. Yeah.
already
True.
came on. So we ended up like when we graduated, it was 8 seniors.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That's insane. That's
The
absolutely
only
insane.
one that kind of left us was Ray. You remember Ray?
I
You remember
no. That was the year before me.
Yeah, so she was my roommate when like she was a freshman
Right.
with us, but she ended up transferring now.
Yeah, and so it's funny because Emma and I actually we met not in basketball whatsoever.
Mhm.
It was actually on the sand volleyball courts. Her and Sydney, who I'm hoping to get Sydney on pretty quick too. Hopefully, her story is truly amazing. Honestly, like putting in the determination and the work ethic that she did, that was insane.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get to that in a future episode. But so y'all come in.
Hmm.
Y'all are kind of in the same situation as the current A&M Corpus girls are in right now.
Yeah, I mean, as freshmen, we struggled. I think we only won 8 games.
Something like that. I don't
And like
see.
that was like, oh my goodness, we were growing, and that's how it is now with the team now. Like I understand
Right.
what they're going through. Like you have a couple upperclassmen,
Hmm.
and Gianna's the only senior, so I mean they're gonna Coach Allison didn't know what they're doing. They're gonna figure it
And I mean, Lisi,
out.
very solid, very solid.
And she could have did that last year, but we just had so many people that she didn't have to.
That's exactly
She
right.
could have.
No, and it's like I felt bad for them. I don't know. I felt bad for like the underclassmen specifically, just like I mean any underclassmen. You said it yourself. 8 freshmen in college, the rotation doesn't really go as past
Yeah,
8,
and
honestly.
especially with the people we had. I mean,
Right. Y'all
who,
covered all y'all's bases.
yeah,
Every single one of them.
and honestly, all of us played 3 or 4 positions.
Right.
So
Like,
when you have like players that are so versatile, like Lex could have played the 4 or 5. Honestly, put her on 3-point line. Like,
yeah, without a doubt. I
yeah,
was fine with her shooting, to be honest.
yeah. And so I mean, we just had so many. Like Day Day played the 1-2, D played the 2-3. I played the 1-2-3-4-5. Like,
Right, facts, yeah.
yeah, you just had all these players that could play so many positions.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And I was happy to see McKenna get minutes over some of the seniors.
I,
And
I'm excited for her.
well, it's the same story that's always been, and you know it. She's just got to stay healthy. That's all it is. I love absolutely like just coming from a brother standpoint. Like I couldn't be more proud, like at all
No,
whatsoever.
I'm saying, listen, I was when I saw McKenna come in. I mean, my parents were even like, "She's gonna be good." Like,
Yeah, and now they kind of wanted her to take over your role, kind of. In the finding open players, aka that's why you're number 7 in assists all time. Um, I think that's an underrated. Yes, you were very aggressive, but whenever you were being aggressive and driving to the hole, you were always looking for the open man,
yeah,
and that's like I knew from a fact. Like one, you're either gonna get a tough bucket, tough foul. That's also why once again, we're at the free throw line very often. Tough bucket, tough foul, or you were probably going to find somebody open, more than likely. Like, it was a 50-50 shot, and yes, maybe that 10%, maybe that 5% ended up in a turnover. But, I mean, that's what happens when you handle the ball 60% of the game, which is what they were doing because when Day Day was out of the game, you were the one.
yeah, it was nuts.
And, yeah,
I don't think anyone understands like going from the 4 to the 1. Like
it's,
it's mind blowing.
and every team needs that. Every team needs that, like a U. I'm gassing you up specifically. Every team needs a U because literally you can go from 1 to, like you said, 5, and every single team needs that one player that can cover all the bases. And you have no idea. Without you, that would have been an entirely different season because a lot of those ladies were stuck in a specific position. They couldn't play multiple. That's not a knock against them. They played their role very well. But everybody needs a gadget player. And you did that and more.
Yeah, and especially like you said, like those people did play one position and they were really good at them. The reason we were so good is because we played our role so well.
Exactly.
Like everyone, like
No egos.
yeah,
0.
and I swear, like it was like from my freshman year to having people that just,
Exactly. Yep.
from
I know.
to my senior year, the person that scored 30, we were like, oh my god,
Exactly.
like I can never say a time where I was mad that I had 0 points. Like like
Yeah.
I
No.
never was that way. But like when D or Lex or McKenna came and scored 15 points, you're like, where did that come? Like you never
Right.
knew who was going to
Facts.
see it. And I mean, I would never change anyone that was on my team, my junior, my senior year for nothing.
Right. No. And the egos were left in the preseason. Like
Yeah.
the people that needed to leave left,
Mm-hmm.
and like throughout the years, I'm not just saying one specific year. I'm saying throughout the years, the people that needed to leave left, and it just all fell into place. And like it was magical. It's like one of those things that you can sit there and be like, I witnessed this.
Mm-hmm.
I witnessed a great team play their best possible basketball that they could have. And it was so fun. Like, unbelievably fun. I know y'all had a lot of fun, but, like, just watching was just, like, spectacular. But, I mean, sadly, it all came to an end in a very unexpected way. COVID hits literally a week after y'all win the championship, the Southland Conference regular season championship. By the way, do y'all get a ring for that?
We actually are going, so January 9th, they're playing Abilene at home, and I'm coming, like, we're all coming, and we're doing our banner and our ring ceremony.
No way!
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it a mission to be there. I'm going to literally take off to be there.
hopefully, if COVID allows it,
Right.
like, I think we're fine. I mean, it's not gonna, I mean, if anything, it's gonna get better because the vaccine just happened.
Right.
So hopefully,
And it's a Saturday. Let's go. I'm actually off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or no, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So
yeah,
I will be there.
they're doing it. They're doing it against Abilene, which is really cool because our junior year we won.
Yeah, that's oh my god.
So that'll be really cool. So they're doing it against Abilene, and I think we're all coming, like all of us, except
That's awesome.
I'm really sad to say I don't think Sydney's going to be there because she's all big time with her number 10 team in the nation.
Yeah. What is she? Is she like is she a manager or is
She's
she?
a grad assistant, so
She's
like
a grad. Oh,
yeah,
so she's helping coach. Like,
oh, she's like a big deal, man.
oh damn. Whoo, Sydney
She's killing it.
Cottrell.
She's gonna end
Yeah.
up being like the first female men's head coach. Is what I'm gonna say.
No, I mean, well, I don't know. Becky Hammond's honestly knocking on that door.
Sydney is gonna be amazing.
She's gonna be great, and she's a very smart basketball mind. So it's like you just know that she's definitely destined for greatness.
We said like our senior year, we had like you in your senior year you have like counselors and stuff that came. We all hated it because we were like we're good,
Right? Yeah.
Like during one of those meetings, we all explained like, oh, Sydney was our Siri. Like we always.
Yeah.
So everyone went to Sydney.
Facts. No. She was just one of those people that was always there to listen, and she was there to just like give you sound advice while also not being biased. So it was like, why not, right?
Yeah, we had a lot of roles. Like other people, like if you went up to Day Day would tell you exactly how she felt when she felt. Like you just
no filter.
you knew who you were walking to. Like our
facts, yes.
There wasn't one person on that team that didn't have like a boom personality.
Right, exactly. Now, getting back to it, y'all season ended very abruptly in the worst possible way and fashion, and I remember I was literally the announcer of a baseball game here in Frisco. I was announcing the game, and I literally got the notification that the Southland Conference had canceled the tournament, and I missed the next guy up, like because of that notification. I was absolutely silent. Like I'm telling you, like this is high school baseball classic, and like I'm supposed to call the next batter up, and I was like, guy comes up, gets ready to swing, and I was like, I can't say it now, but what just happened?
Oh, I'm telling you, like we were in practice, like we were practicing, we were leaving that day to go to the tournament. Like we were practicing, we were gonna go shower, go home, and we were gonna be on the bus.
Golly.
And literally, Coach Chadwick like stops practice. Like we're at the end, he stops and he like huddles us all up. And my mom had already told me that COVID was like gonna hit hard. Like she had already kind of said, hey, like there's this virus going around, and we don't know, like because they were debating even come to my senior night.
Right.
They drove to my senior night, like because they were like, we don't know like what this is gonna consist of.
They drove?
Yes. Like,
oh my god! What is that? Like a 15-hour drive?
20.
20-hour drive?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they drove to our senior night because they didn't want to get on the plane or anything, and we didn't know anything about it. So, Coach Chadwick's like, I will literally walk you through this. Coach Chadwick cuddled us all up. He's like, so the Southland Conference this team, like the team that was going to play in the Southland Conference, had literally warmed up, and they just.
Right. No, there was already games going on, and I was like, bet, let's go. It's going. They're not going to stop it now.
Right. After that, so he was like, they just moved them off the floor. We don't know what's next. And literally 5 minutes later, he was like, yeah, they canceled the tournament, like, and then he was like, everyone be patient, like maybe the NCAA will still happen or whatever. And I was like I was the one that was probably more emotional than anyone because I already knew like if this
What
is
was
how
gonna
he is,
happen?
like this is not gonna happen. Everyone's like, it's fine, like it's gonna be, and obviously like not even 10 minutes later they're like, oh, NCAA canceled.
Ugh.
We're all like, what? Like what just happened? And then like they tried to interview me, and I'm like, no.
No, like why? Why would anybody want to come up to
Like, how does this make you feel? And I was like,
right?
I'm done, and I just walked in the locker room.
Like that's one of those bad reporter moments. It's like, why would you want to talk to the team that literally just killed themselves for the past year, and then all their hopes and dreams just come crashing down of being the first team in A&M Corpus history to go to the tournament, and you're gonna sit here and be like, how does this make you feel with just like right in your face? I was like,
It was so early for us. Like we weren't. I didn't like we didn't know what was ahead of us in the Southland tournament, but like none of us knew what to do after that.
mm-hmm.
Like what was next for us? Like us seniors. Like what were we gonna do when we graduated? Now that we can't even.
If they extended that year, if they gave y'all like the year back, would you have came back?
Absolutely, I think all of us would have.
Oh, I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
I would have loved to see it, but I also know that those freshmen coming in and stuff
Yeah,
that would have sucked.
that would have killed them. Like it's kind of it. No, either way you look at it, it's a win lose or a lose win. Like
Yeah.
like with this new chick that they have, Paige Allen, she's looking very solid.
No, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna be good.
She's the real deal. I mean, she was. I don't know if you know, but she was McDonald's All American candidate.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, no, neither am I. And like I told McKenna, like all summer, I was like, oh, I hope this chick plays to the way she's like she's supposed to. McDonald's All American candidate, like she's top of the class that we just got, like that's coming in.
Mhm.
Um,
I think
and
it's gonna be good eventually.
we've you've seen the games. We've lost every single game going into the fourth quarter,
Oh, I know.
and that's that freshman thing. That's that youth thing. Like
But
they had 7 point leads, 10 point leads, 11 point leads, and then throughout the game, throughout that fourth quarter,
I would love to see Coach
he's probably like, oh my god. I'm honestly glad that I'm not practice like I'm no longer practicing with them.
Oh, if you
Actually,
were
shout out the basketball team and everything, but golly, that man's going through.
at this point of the season, like especially it's still early. I mean, it's
True.
you have to think about like you said, COVID and stuff hitting. They're not like I guess they're not into a routine.
Hmm.
Like we were a big routine team.
Right.
We did this, and this. Game days were on point. The Division 1 basketball, especially, you have to have a routine. So when you're going out not knowing if you're going to play that night, that's a struggle. Like these athletes are struggling.
Yeah.
So
No, without a doubt. I'm excited because as long as they've hit with Lisi,
mhm.
they hit with Paige, they obviously hit with like almost every single one of y'all. So like they have like a good track record with recruiting. So I'm not worried. And especially with this year being like a grace period, but technically scholarships aren't like guaranteed after like their fourth year. Um, I'm just excited to see them in 2 years or to just see them
That's
next
what
year.
I'm saying. I'm saying I think when McKenna's a senior and Lacey's a junior, I think they're going to be good by next year. Like I don't think they'll be a great team, but like I
Right.
think they'll be good next year.
Back in the tournament, my opinion.
I agree. Like I really think so, and I think McKenna and Linky they're quiet assassins.
Right.
They don't need to yell. They don't need to do this and this. Like
I
they're
never.
they're
Yeah.
spot on about their stuff. Like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. No, and they're. McKenna's great on the defensive side.
Mhm.
I'm now getting to the point. This was the first time that I actually told her, I was like, you're doing great on the defensive side. You are literally the second best shot blocker outside of Lisi. I was like, you're doing phenomenal on the defensive side. I need you to be physical on the offensive ball, or offensive side of the freaking court. I was like, you need to be aggressive.
She like I'm telling you, her one dribble pull up. It's nasty.
Especially in the corners. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, but especially in the corners, it's just.
I'm not kidding. Her one dribble pull up is so nasty. Like
she gets you with the pump fake, and then she just has that one dribble to the side, and it's just.
You understand she's probably jumping off one leg right now and can still jump higher than me.
Okay. I wasn't gonna go there, but I was like, yeah, she's definitely jumping off of basically one leg right now. Yeah.
She's probably jumping higher than anyone on our team, and she has one leg.
No, yeah. I mean, and I can't wait. I'm gonna get her on the podcast too.
I would love to see her on here.
Like, I tried to get her to fill in for you, but she was so scared that I was putting her on the spot. So, last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to get her to fill in for you, and she just was like, she was going to get ice cream. I was like, I'll wait. And she's like, and I was like, all right, another time. But I'm gonna get you on this thing. No, but anyway, going back to it, what was your favorite memory at the island?
Okay, we won the championship. Like, that's probably my all-time favorite. But probably, I mean, my junior year when we made that run in the tournament. I think that's where, like, that's my favorite memory of us, like, as a collective team. Like, I'm telling you, I had never seen us so on top of our stuff. Like, I was all about it. Like, I could never forget. Like, we were so excited. Like, I get goosebumps talking about that. Like,
right.
It was the best. That was probably the best.
Let's not forget. Y'all wouldn't have been in that if somebody would not have hit a freaking crazy drop to the ground, floater, layup, whatever the hell that was. Huh?
That's not a foul.
It should have been. I mean, you were on the ground afterwards.
I was like, oh my god. Well, I fell on the ground probably on purpose.
You were always on the ground, to be honest, so let's be real.
But we won't talk about that because we won. So,
Facts.
I'm telling you, that run in the tournament,
that was magical.
I can't explain it.
What were y'all, 6 seed?
Yeah, and we had a terrible preseason and postseason. Like, we did not play. Like, we were good. Like, people knew to worry about us.
Mm-hmm.
But
everybody knew that y'all were better than y'all were. I hope y'all know that. Every single person that I talked to knew that y'all were better than y'all's record said.
We had all the positions. Like, we had the same team we had our senior year.
Yep.
But it took until the end of the year to get all of us together to be playing the way we were.
Y'all peaked at the right time. That's really what it came down to.
Like, I can't even explain. Like, that was the funnest. I think my junior season was the funnest one. I mean, our senior, that was an awesome because we won. But our junior, it was nice to see how good we got.
Right. No, and you just gotta love the highs whenever you experience the lows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we were going from the freshman year to winning 8 games to going to win 26 or whatever it was. You're like, this is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. McKenna just texted me and said she's never gonna get on the podcast. I'm gonna get her on the podcast. And McKenna, you're gonna be on the podcast. Just know that. I'm going to give you a nice 2 to 3 day just grace period to realize, hey, you're gonna be on the podcast, and then let it soak in, and then you will be fine. It's nothing terrible.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be funny to get her on here because she's probably gonna be like,
yeah.
She probably won't talk much. You'll probably just do all the talking.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right. Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear her reaction of how she thought everything was. But she was so quiet. Like, I would love to hear, like, what she
Facts. And, I'm surprised Chadwick didn't get onto her as much as, like he did Lala.
Listen, he did get onto McKenna, but McKenna just laughed at her.
Basically, but, I mean, it wasn't as bad. Lala was literally, like, sent out of the gym, like, twice.
Yeah, but McKenna, like, that was the thing. Like, Lala would care and, like, take it personal, and, like, she wanted to do so good. McKenna would be like, okay, I'll get it next time. Like, what are you yelling at?
And then just, like, trot down the court, and she's like, all right, bet. And then just turns her back.
Yeah.
Lala would just take it. and she wouldn't move. Like, she would just take it.
Yeah, they never. She got yelled at, but McKenna was just like,
Mm. No, and especially just like all y'all, like especially whenever Coach White would get onto y'all and be like, "All right, Roxanne," and just go like, y'all wouldn't call her Coach. Y'all just be like, "All right, Roxanne."
oh yeah, or like when Day Day was getting in trouble. Okay, Chatty Daddy. Like,
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah. I've never felt so uncomfortable in my life playing basketball than that moment.
but Day Day and Coach Chowick were like this.
Exactly.
They got into it so many times. Like me and Coach Chowick, we bumped heads, but like we wanted the same thing. Like we just
Facts.
our communication was not there, but like he knew like I was there to win. Like I wanted that. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was the same way. So like when we got too hostile, we'd be like,
Mm. Oh god, I miss those days. And you know, I'm seeing the girls now. Like I said, I'm kind of glad I'm not practicing with them now because, let me just say this: if I can make all y'all run, I mean, just imagine what I could do to these kids. Oh my
no,
god.
Austin, we hated you. And
No, okay.
you guys will be on the scout team, and Coach Chowick was like, Sydney, if you hit one more three, they're running a suicide. And there she would go.
She hit it too, and I think it came from CJ. I think I recall that, like, in my brain. CJ drove to his left because he's a lefty, and then Sydney was, like, right there in the corner, and one of y'all helped. And CJ, being the freaking ball hawk with the 360 vision, just, like, dishes it to Sydney, and she just bombs it from the freaking corner. And I was...
I remember Day Day going, damn, Sydney, you could have missed it? And I was like, and then, like, obviously I was mad at her then, but when we got home, I was like, you really shot good today. Like, you were good. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. But literally, Austin, that was all the time. Like, you guys would do the craziest stuff, and Coach I was like, if Austin gets another offensive rebound, Emma's running. Like, you can pick one person, or like,
Mind you, I'm 6'2", and you're, what, 5'10"? And it was kind of unfair.
regardless. I remember one time you guys were playing defense on us, and I would keep the ball over my head, and I was trying to pass it. Well, I kept turning it over, and I ran with the ball over my head for like 5 minutes. And Coach House was like,
Yo.
and Coach, she doesn't need to keep running.
No facts. So let me see if I can jog your memory here. One day I came in. I had a terrible day the day before, and I'm like, look, I'm about to just open a can on these ladies real quick. Like, they're gonna be running. Like, they're gonna get all the stress that I'm about to relieve right now. And I literally came in. It was a 1-on-1-on-1 drill. I started at half court.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I started it. Yes, I started at half court because he wanted me to start it, and because I'd already done pretty decent throughout the beginning of the practice.
Right.
And I literally didn't come off the floor for the entire, like, 15 to 20 minutes of that drill.
Who did you go against? It was like multiple. It was like two. It wasn't like the whole team. It was like the same person, wasn't it?
No, at the end it was. At the end, I think I went up against Tierra, literally like 3 times in a row. But, so it started off just on everybody. So I think it was Law at one end and somebody else on the other end. And I literally just busted their shit, like, immediately, got the rebound, went to the other side, scored, came back, and then, like, that's just all it was just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I was hitting stupid shots left and right. I was just having a good day, to be honest, but I was hitting stupid shots all around, and
then we ran. Like, if you lost to you, we had to run. Like a suicide.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't like it was just a down and back. He was like, suicide.
Yeah, and okay. I just wanted to see if you remember that. That was literally probably it's etched in the back of my brain, and it was like, I know they hated me after this practice, and I'm low-key glad.
How, like, rude some of us are. Like, you would do something like that, we'd be like, oh my God, freaking boss, you know, like,
yeah.
Like, come say it under our breath, and like, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hey, but I'm not gonna lie, there was days where it's like, y'all just weren't having it, and y'all just busted my tail. Like, honestly, like, especially like T sometimes, like, she would just, I would do like I'd grab one offensive rebound, and then the next thing you know, she'd like make it a mission. And I don't know if you also remember, but she literally put me on my back.
I
Like,
remember, and you were like,
yeah, like I literally was going up, and she boxed me out as soon as I started to jump, and I was flat on my back. And the scariest moment of my basketball life, period. And it was just so much fun, and I think
we were mean. We could be very mean.
y'all could have been, yeah.
Like,
But
it wasn't like we were mean individually. Like, if we were all on one, whoever we were playing was like,
yeah, exactly. No, believe me, I know. Yeah, believe me, I know. But I don't think like y'all realize how fun that was to me and CJ. Like me and CJ made it a mission to try to go to every single practice that we could have because we just enjoyed it.
yeah, like, I just want you to realize how much you helped us. Like, like you talk about going against these big girls and whatever it was, but there was nothing compared in our conference that like made us better than you all did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
And
like,
we appreciate that. And
yeah,
we really
that's
do.
what I'm saying. Like, literally every day it was new things. Like, you guys were either gonna whoop us or it was, like, you guys always. It was like, didn't 5 of you all come one time? Like,
Yeah, but it was just like it was me, CJ, Tyler, Nick, and one other person. Francis.
yeah,
Francis.
yeah, but like you guys being practice players for us, and especially I think that's like because it started our junior year, and
Hmm.
we started to like get better and better and better, and like when we got to these games, like like the offensive rebound stuff,
Hmm.
we averaged like 14 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, something ridiculous. Well, I mean that y'all had Lex who was like 6'12", and I know that's 7 foot, but it's like 7'9" basically compared to these other women, and with like a freaking 8 foot wingspan. Like she helped a lot. But yes, I will. Thank you. We appreciate the comment. Like I'll even tell CJ because CJ is another person that I want to get on the podcast. But
Yeah,
yeah, we enjoyed it. We really did.
we liked it because we were like we don't have to go against each other every day.
Facts. And so, it was just that we got free stuff. Like a lot of the guys that came were like, that's the reason why they came. Obviously, me and CJ were there to be there for y'all, but like, Nick came for a lot in the beginning because of the free stuff. Because like he saw that I was getting free stuff. I got just to put this in perspective. I got 3 pairs of shoes. I got this shirt along with like
Y'all got
15
some
others.
shorts.
Huh?
Y'all got some shorts and stuff too, didn't you?
Yeah, but the shorts were always like either too small or too big for me. Like right now, I could probably fit into them because, well, like right now, I could fit into them without a doubt because I've dropped 30 pounds. But, yeah, I'm down to like 218, 220, and I was like 245.
Listen, I literally have probably gained 15 pounds.
I mean,
I
you
haven't
were an
worked.
athlete. You practice every single day of your life for literally like 16 years.
I never been listening to gain some weight because I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna work out for a while.
Well, and same. Like after I went and worked in Concan with my grandparents' company at the time. I was literally just in the sun. I was just constantly just. Yeah, I was going, and like I'm telling you, like there was literally a month or two in the summer where I was literally averaging like 7 miles walked, 8 miles walked on my phone, and so it was like ridiculous, and that's how like I dropped a lot of weight, because it was basically just like come home, eat sandwiches and pizza rolls, and maybe have a few beers, and I would just work it off literally the next day. So. Yeah, so but now I could probably fit into those shorts. But back then, no. Being like 235 my junior year and like 240, 245, well, that was basically.
Steve was so cool though.
Huh?
Steve was so cool as well.
Steve was
He
awesome.
was amazing. Like we loved him, and Hannah, our trainer, we loved her. Like we loved.
Hannah.
Oh yeah, Hannah probably was fed up with us.
No, facts. Like, golly. Y'all. You were on the ground 24/8, and so therefore you were breaking everything in sight.
Correct.
T literally was just like that's where she lived basically with her knees. And then Lex was in there nonstop. Gianna was in there nonstop. McKenna is basically her sister because of how broken she is.
No, yeah.
And
She handled us so well. Like we really got blessed with her when she came our junior year. Like she was the best. Like everyone was like, "Go to Hannah." Like she had all the answers.
facts. No, she really did. And I think McKenna's like now her test dummy for like all the new certifications that she gets. Basically, so like the needling, I think McKenna was one of the first to get it. And there was another one. What was it? I can't remember. McKenna, if you're still listening, just tell me what. There was another one. There was one other one.
Listen,
I can't remember.
Hannah eventually, when she leaves Texas, is gonna go to like one of these big schools and like a huge trainer. We're gonna be like, we knew her.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you see that chick on the sidelines over there for UConn? I knew her.
Yeah, she worked on me.
Oh my gosh. No, so like I said, we met my sophomore year, your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't start, and whenever I met you and Sydney, I then started going to games. We were the rowdiest bunch. Did y'all ever, me, John, and Nick, we were the most annoying fans. We actually got one of the opposing fans to literally turn around and tell John, whenever she hit a corner three, she turns around and tells John, F you, and literally sprints down the court. Did y'all ever hear us?
No. Also, we were focused on the game.
I know, but if that chick heard us, then surely y'all would have heard us.
Listen, that is hilarious. You need to learn how to act. That's ridiculous.
No, that's not the only one. We got plenty more reactions. That's a fact. My sophomore year, but literally we would pick a girl with either a crazy name or they were from like Turkey or something, right? Mm-hmm. And we would center that chick out, and literally every time she did something bad, we let her know. Or if the best person on the other team was doing good and like they were talking like mad smack, we made it a mission to like if she messed up, we let her know.
It's so funny that you say that because you were talking smack and our team was so bad. Like we were the smack talkers. Like we'd be like, oh my god, like we were so mean.
No, and I didn't talk a whole lot at the beginning because it wasn't my place. But like towards the end, whenever I would bust y'all's tail, like oh my gosh, it was like I would talk so much smack.
You were always bad. I was like freaking awesome. You need to shut up.
I would like literally, and it got to be that way throughout my entire playing career in college. So like, whenever we went and played JUCOs, I was so bad.
You made you were so mad. I think it was you and T that like butted heads the most. Like,
oh yeah, we talked the most shit to each other. Like she would tell me something, and then I'd come right back down, and I'd give her like two moves and just a bucket real quick, and I was like, yeah. I was like, who's talking? I was like, you're little. I was like, you are little, and then she'd come down the next side, and she would like literally, if she didn't get the ball, she would then try like we talked about earlier. She would then try to like do something to me. Yeah, she tried to split some heads, let me tell you. And me and her went at it so often. And it was all out of love. It was all out of love. Me and T really had that like love-hate relationship. Love is in off the court and hate as in on the court. So it was so fun, but
y'all were though.
We
were there to get stuff done.
Yeah. No, so you come from Kentucky.
Right.
You live in Louisville right now, so just to put that in perspective for the viewers. What was it like coming from Kentucky to Texas? Actually, you know what? Let's put that on hold. Let's before you come to Kentucky, what were your offers? Because obviously, I don't know your high school past. I know you went to East Jessamine, right? That's how you say it. East Jessamine, and.
So all of my offers were actually out of state, no in-state school recruiting.
That's crazy.
I literally didn't have like any like off. I had had an offer from Marshall my sophomore year in Eastern Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah, I had had those, but like after I told them I wasn't committing like early, they were like, "Well, we need to go recruit." I was like, "Okay, yeah,
Oh.
like that's okay. Like that just means I wasn't meant to go there."
Right, right.
But when I started this recruiting process, like when I moved in with Jacqueline and Chris, first of all, Jacqueline and Chris, like they knew I was good, but they didn't think I was like Division 1 good. Like
Hmm.
they were like kind of like, oh, you can play AAU, maybe you'll get an offer, maybe you won't. Like like so I
Hmm.
ended up. Well, I told Jacqueline, I was like, I just want you to know, the furthest away school that offers me, that's where I'm going. And I was like a freshman in high school, and
Wow.
she was like, no, you're not. Like like no, you won't.
Low key, that probably like broke her heart,
I was
honestly.
like I was like, "Okay, okay." So I had had a couple schools like Anderson, South Carolina, Western Carolina, North Florida. North Florida was up there. I was almost certain I was gonna end up there. Um,
Where are they at?
they're in Jacksonville,
Okay.
like an exit up from Jacksonville. So
Yeah.
they were actually like my first pick. Like I was like, I'm going to North Florida. Like I was literally about to commit there. And then I go to my last AU tournament. Jacqueline was like, you don't really have to play. Like you're about to commit. Like whatever. I was like, no, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play. So I went, and Coach White was there at our last game of the tournament and literally offered me on the spot.
So
And I,
Coach White was the one that recruited you. I
yeah,
always thought it was Chadwick, but never mind.
no,
Keep going.
Coach White. So my AAU coach walks up to me. Emma just got another offer from Texas A&M, Corpus Christi in South Texas, and I was like, Texas A&M where? Like Corpus Christi? And
Yeah.
he was and I mean my coach, my AU coach was like, why don't you give her a call, like email. Literally maybe the next week, I was on a plane going to Corpus Christi for my official visit. And then literally I was like, this is the place for me. Like I love this. Like this is the place.
Facts.
So I told Coach White I wasn't gonna commit early. Like I was, and she was like, "We kind of need you to commit." Like we got like they were pushing it because they were looking for their last son.
Hmm.
And literally, I kid you not, I left Corpus on a Sunday probably. Coach White was at my practice Monday morning in in for high school,
Oh wow. Quick
and
turnaround.
I was like, I'm meant to go there. Like I'm gonna go there. And literally, probably 2 nights later, I called Coach Chadwick and I told him I was committing.
That is so dope.
I know. I was like, Corpus Christi where? But
Yeah.
when I put it in my phone, I was like, this is 20 hours away.
No. I always told myself, I was like, growing up, I was like, same as you. I was like, can't wait to get out of here. I'm gonna go to the farthest place possible. Jeez, Louise, can't wait. And then a few things just happened with like the personnel at my school, and we were all super late to start applying to colleges. So I was like, you know what? I was like, let me just go somewhere small real quick, and then transfer out, and that's how I
You
went to.
ended up loving Corpus.
Yeah, no, I was a big dog on campus. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, I was just joking. But um, it was very fun. Like I don't regret going there whatsoever. Um, but so wow, that's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I lost my train of thought, but I'm trying to think. Can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna say. I really lost all my train of thought. So you come down to Texas.
Mhm.
What were your original thoughts? Like you just move in, you're on the door, your first apartment with Ray. Thoughts?
I was like, I don't even remember. I was so scared. Like I was killing myself conditioning wise because I was like, these people are gonna kill me. Like I'm scared, and like we had upperclassmen, and I wanted to play. Like I didn't come here to just sit on the bench and be a regular freshman. Like I
And
wanted to play.
yep, and it showed. It very much showed.
So I remember our first conditioning day, and they were running us like track stars. Like
Hmm.
so we did 15, 14 100 150s and walked the 50 for 4 miles.
No thanks.
Well,
I'm good.
I remember when we got to take him out, I went over to the side and I threw up.
Oh.
I called my mom and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just crying. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not I'm like, "Hey, I'm not cut out for this. I need to go home. Like, I wanna come home. Like, I don't wanna be here anymore. It's too hard. I don't think this is for me." And all I heard, Austin, was, "This call has been forwarded and is no longer connected." I was like, "Well, maybe the
Yo.
so I called her back and I'm like, "Hey, the phone hung up. You good?" She's like, "Don't you ever call me talking about you're coming home. You're stuck." Hung up. I never called home again to come home ever again.
That's wild. And I've never met your mom. Which is really kind of crazy considering the fact that we've known each other for 5 years.
Right.
I've never met your mom or dad. I know them as Jacqueline and Chris
Yeah.
because we talked about them all the time. But I just find it so. You really had like a miniature Blindside story. Let's
Mm,
be real here. Uh, but I don't see it as that way. I feel like they were doing something out of the kindness of their hearts at the time, and they really you just surprised everybody at that point. And uh, you know, I don't like I said I don't know your mom, but
mhm.
that is literally exactly what I would actually picture her saying. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
can I can see her from everything you've told me about her. I can see her saying that, like without a
And
doubt.
it's like that's what people confuse this story about like my past or like however you want to say it. Like we as a family, like her, me, and Chris, like we don't see it as like a testimony. We see it as like it was meant to happen. Like
Yeah,
we
facts.
we were meant for each other. Like
Yeah.
we so her being that hard on me and like knowing how fast I was to giving up, like that was just my nature. So you think about stuff like that, like
At the time,
at,
definitely not anymore. At the time, yeah.
yeah, at the time, like especially being a freshman and being in high school, the way I was growing up with my real family, like my real,
Mm.
like our nature was when things get hard, run. So you think about that and knowing that like she knew if I would have left that school right then and there, I wouldn't have even been the half the person I am now if she would have
Okay.
let me do that.
Yeah, fair,
So
fair.
I think that was her way of just being like, "Listen, this is what you're gonna do, and you're gonna figure it out on your own." That's what she goes. "You need to figure it out. Don't ever call me talking that way again." I said, "Okay."
I'm not surprised, like I said. And going back to your early playing days, you could tell, and I could tell, and I told you constantly because outside of the court, the only place I saw you was the sand volleyball court. We weren't on like the hanging off that court level yet. And so I told you, I was like, I was like, I don't know why he doesn't play you that much. Me being the weird person that I am, and not really being I guess, thinking about things before I say them person. Um, it's like I don't know why he doesn't play you. Like you're so much better than these people. Blah blah blah. All sorts of stuff. And like I would go to every game at the time because I actually knew somebody on the team, so why not? And so I was like, I don't know why he doesn't play y'all. This that blah blah. And like I said, I could just see it every time you touch the court. By the way, Paige Allen is the first freshman that I have seen since you to absolutely just pave the way. Like I'm telling you, like you started the second that you started playing, and the second that he put you in, it was like you knew immediate impact.
Yeah,
Every single, no matter if you got 7 minutes or you got 25 minutes, it was
I think that's
immediate impact.
yeah. And as freshmen, like you're just fighting your time.
Right.
Like you're just like you're saying, like these upperclassmen or you have upperclassmen
Mm-hmm.
and coaches. So Coach Chadwick, Coach White, like they know their upperclassmen know the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then having such young kids, those freshmen have to turn into college players.
Real quick.
Like that's
Very quick.
I think when I got there, I was just biting my time. I was like, when I go out there, I'm just gonna dive on the floor. I'm gonna do this,
Yeah.
and hope it works out.
Exactly. No, fact. And you could just tell, and like I could tell, and I told you all the time that I thought that you deserved more minutes, and it just Lisi kind of did that, but Lisi was kind of slow at the gate, once again, just adjusting to college. But the second that you were put out there, like, you didn't really have to adjust. You played hard, and you showed that you deserved the minutes. And literally by the end of the year, you were probably six man. And did you start any games your freshman year?
I started most of them, I think.
Did you?
The first, yeah, probably like 15, 20 of them. And then like the rest, our seniors started to play good, so we kind of mellowed out of the lineup a little bit, which is fun
Right.
because they're seniors. I didn't really think I could have been probably a little bit more aggressive with that, but I didn't.
Okay, yeah. No, you appeared in all 32 games and started 21 of them. Yeah, okay. And immediately off rip, I didn't even like. You weren't the freshman that caught my eye. It was actually Day Day.
Mhm.
Like, honestly, Day Day was
Fancy.
freaking nice. Like, just because she's so shifty, like that's the way it was. Her shot was very subpar, but she was an immediate fan favorite because she was just so very shifty with the
She
ball.
was she was energized. Like she was just like,
She was the exact no. That's exactly what she was. She was the Energizer Bunny for y'all's team.
yeah, and
Like, she was just very wired all the time, very positive energy, positive attitude. Unless y'all were down big. But shout out to Day Day. But yeah, she would have that. I don't know. She'd give you like a 34% clip, from mid range,
yeah, if
and
you knew a hype man, go to Day Day.
no facts.
You immediately feel better.
She reminds me of DeMar DeRozan because literally she's like a silent assassin from the not really silent, but she's an assassin from the mid range. She can finish pretty well around the rim, but don't ask her to hit 38% behind the arc.
Yeah,
She'll give you like 30 maybe.
yeah,
Up to like 1 for 3. But yeah, she reminds me a lot of DeMar DeRozan, to be honest.
for comparison.
Yeah, I'm nice. I'm just nice with it. Nah, no, but any suggestions or how should I say? How big was your school? Your high school?
I think we graduated with like 400. It wasn't big at all.
Not very big. So, any words of advice, suggestions for I don't know any young women out there that are looking to go to a small D1 school? Is North Florida D1?
Yeah,
Okay, so any a small D1 school, and they're from a small town or small high school.
I mean, I think it just depends on your work ethic. I mean, I trained 5 a.m. 3 times a week, so especially when I knew I was going to go to that level.
Right.
I mean, I think it comes based on your work ethic and how you're going to approach any situation, and I think just work hard, make sure you're putting in the work because when you get to college, they'll hit you with the throw up, and then you're
It
like,
hits you hard. It hits you hard. And
no,
that puke hits the bottom of the trash can pretty hard too.
no cylinders.
uh, nah, you shouldn't be. It happens to literally everybody.
I think
Like,
this part was like,
uh, that's funny. I could definitely see Coach White. Coach Brunson actually just added me on Facebook.
really?
Yeah, like 3 days ago.
Listen, he was probably the one that probably was like, shoot the ball, like on.
Yeah.
So they're all, I kid you not, like sometimes, you don't disagree with, like you disagree with them and stuff, but
Mm.
they really coached us up, man.
No facts. And it just to put this on a perspective, Brunson was the one that was our coach as practice players. So I was very close to Coach Brunson, like very close to Coach Brunson. And he asked me kind of all the time. He's like, "Hey, how's my boy doing up there in Dallas?"
Oh,
Yeah, like, and even whenever I showed up there for that one day,
mhm.
he was even there. He's like, "Hey, there's my boy." He's like, "How's life? How's this?" And like, just yeah, super super great. I love Brunson. Like, honestly, like, and his background is crazy. I love the guy. He's awesome. But
All of them.
then it probably went Coach White, because she was strict on y'all, but she was never strict on me. Like, she had
He's the type that would come over there with you all and be like, Brunson, you got him? Actually, let me take it.
yeah, exactly. No, and it was literally like she would literally just scream at y'all, and then she'd come over there and she'd come to me and she's like, "Now, Austin, what we want to do here is she'd give me the game plan, and she'd be like, all right." I was like, "Yes, ma'am." She's like, "That's my boy. Go get him." And literally, she literally just jaw y'all like to no end, and she always just had like, I think I was just like her soft spot, like honestly.
It's like she loved us so much, but when it became where she was angry, we didn't want to make Coach White mad.
She's like that aunt at the family the get together that just nobody wants to piss off because when she starts, she gets going. And then it was Chadwick. Like I get that, and this is by all means no shot to Chadwick. I mean, I was very close to Chadwick, but it's just like Brunson and White were just so like that high, and then like here's Chadwick, like right there, you know, like
Yeah. He was the type that like he was the one that you would see at like at the beginning of practice, like, "How's your day going?"
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Like
it's exactly him.
he was just so like Coach White and Coach Brunson do more of like you all stuff and like the play back. Like Coach Trout was
Coach Chadwick was more invested in y'all, obviously, than he was us.
yeah, he was there to practice.
Yeah.
He knew exactly like his little practice plans. Those were always on point.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And you knew, like, I just loved walking in and see y'all all just, like, go look at the practice plan. And y'all would just either come back and be like, yeah, it's going to be a chill day, or y'all would be like,
we gotta make what was that? The layup drill. We gotta make the layup drill. We gotta make the layup.
yes!
Don't miss the layup.
Tennessee shooting, too. Bro, Tennessee shooting was a nightmare.
It was awful.
That was the only drill that I ever had to run with y'all. Like, I had the option to run any other ones, but that was the only drill. And I was actually the reason why we had to run one time.
I remember Coach White going, "Austin, you did the drill you're running too."
Yeah, no, exactly. That was the only drill that I was forced to run with y'all. And I was actually the reason behind it one time because I missed 2 layups in a row, which was ridiculous because I literally could touch the square and I could damn near palm the ball. Honestly, if I had the weight that I do now, I could probably have dunked it. No BS. But yeah, no, and I missed 2 in a row, and we had to line up and run, and I felt so bad. I literally felt so bad. Yeah. That was the only time I ever felt bad for making y'all run, because the rest of the times y'all were just bums, and y'all deserved it.
It's okay. I would get mad at I was the type that would get mad if someone missed a layup, and then I would miss.
Yeah, no, facts. No, yeah, I never wanted to tell you that back in the day, but oh man, McKenna said still is. Wait, Keek, forget you, man. No, just to let you know, just before we wrap it up, McKenna said, especially after we mocked her, she's definitely not going to be on the podcast.
And we love you, and we always do.
You're gonna be on the podcast. Like, I can't wait for that day either. She's actually been listening this whole entire time. I'm very shocked about that.
Why? Ken's probably either at home or at your home in Tilden, or she's sitting in her room on the bed.
That's exactly what she's doing. She's sitting on the bed, probably. And believe me, I try to get on Netflix at night, and her and Brayden are already on there before I do because I come home and I play games. I play my video games, until about 9 o'clock.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Really.
No, I can't do anything. I have to play the game.
No, facts.
That was like Austin. You were so ridiculous.
No, and even my girlfriend now, she's just like, she carves it out. She's like, can you limit it to like 5 to 6 hours today?
Good.
It's so funny. It's so funny because she's like, "Can you played 8 hours yesterday? Can you like dial that back to like 5 or 6, please?" And I was like, "I guess."
Take a piece of something before she leaves, so you can't. You're ridiculous.
And I just got there's like some echo kind of in the background right now. I just got these foam pads here. Wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah.
Yes.
So 24 of them, and they will be going on this wall in front of me. I'll send you. I'll Snapchat you here later and show you what I'm gonna do because after this is exactly what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna manage the cords that I got going on underneath, and I have an L-shaped desk. Mm-hmm. I get some LED lights that I'm gonna run on the back of the desk, and then I'm literally going to put these foam pads on the wall, so that way I got 24 of them, like I said, so that way I can eliminate or try to eliminate the slight echo in the background.
You're gonna have a good setup. You're fancy. You're too fancy for me. I'm in my bed in my room, just
No, I'm a professional.
Set up.
Yeah, no, but all right, let's just let's wrap it up there. Emma, thank you so much for being on. This is a long time coming, and I'm so happy that it happened. An amazing conversation, as we could probably keep going on for another hour, but yeah, exactly. It's been a long day. Any last shout outs?
Go Islanders! You guys got this. I want you guys to be so good. I'm over here being kind of impatient about it because I know like they're gonna be good eventually. So I'm like,
eventually,
I want them to like go in there. I want Ken to have 30. Ken, go get 30 tomorrow against Texas State, maybe.
Yeah,
so
I think it is
and
Texas
then,
State. Guys are playing Texas State right now.
Are they?
I think so.
Either way, I want them to be good. So shout out to them and shout out to you for having me on. I appreciate it. This was cool. I didn't even know you were kind of doing this thing.
It's fun to just sit and have a conversation, right?
Yeah, no.
And especially about sports.
Especially this is kind of up your alley. So I'm not surprised.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But so be on the lookout. This is to the viewers. Be on the lookout. I want to try to get my sister on as soon as possible. McKenna, I know you're listening. I want you on as soon as possible. Another person I'm going to try to reach out to is Tony Lewis. Big Tony, my boy.
Oh, he would be so good.
Facts. So I'm going to actually try to reach out to him within either tomorrow or Thursday, and I want to try to set something up with him. That guy's literally... And I'm going to explain like the way I met Tony too, and it's freaking hilarious. Like, I loved it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I either want my McKenna, Tony, Miles. He's a potential one there. I want to get Gianna on one day, and these are all just the basketball players. I haven't even like I could probably get a couple track guys on just to get there. But regardless, as well as Drew and CJ, I want to get CJ on too. But yeah, just branching. Now trying to get some athletes on, and you were number 2. And this is just looking at the view count. It's already going to be one of my most watched videos, without a doubt. Enrique took my last. I don't know if you watched with Enrique Sanchez.
Yeah.
He took number 1. He's at 78. So I will be sharing this video whenever it does post on YouTube. So I mean, hey, you get your shot. We'll see what you got, Skipper. No, but anyway, everybody, I appreciate y'all watching. It's been great. It's been fun. And just be sure to hit that follow button. Go to Spotify. The Fundamentally Sound Podcast. Just released a podcast this morning. I'm going to be promoting that episode probably right after this. And if you have nothing to listen to on your drive tomorrow to work, boom, just saying. Me and Drew had a fun time. But be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. If you're listening on Facebook, hit that like button. Friend me. I don't even know how you would be seeing this without being my friend anyway. So, regardless, really appreciate it. Emma, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We will definitely see y'all next time. As always, thank you for everything. Later.
Bye.